If you are a home service business owner and you are spending money on marketing, but it feels like you are just taking that money and lighting it on fire instead because you're not seeing results, there's one of two things, if not both, that could be happening. You could have issues with the media and the copy and the front-facing assets that are actually the things that you're spending money and to run traffic to, or any of the things that are actually being interacted with by your customers, or there's a high probability that a lot of your back-end systems for handling the leads that are coming in are just broken or not working as efficiently as they should. So in this video, in hopefully 15 minutes or less, we're going to break down exactly how you can diagnose some of the issues that you might have with your internal systems that are making your marketing efforts not convert the way you want them to. So we're going to break this into 4 different steps. We're going to talk about some of your operational stuff, sales stuff, and then also some more technical things when it comes to your website, landing pages, and also your Google business profile, and maybe some of your paid ad stuff. So that's kind of the 4 different sections we're going to break it into. We'll start off with step number 1, which is the operations. So most of your leads are going to come in via a phone call or a submission through a form of some sort, whether it be on a landing page or your website, something like that. Either way, in order for you to get in touch with that customer, at some point you're going to have to call them back. So at one point or another, a phone conversation needs to be had to schedule an estimate in order to diagnose the problem and hopefully book them as a paying customer. One of the biggest factors in returning calls on time, or the conversion rate of taking those calls that come in and turning them into booked paid jobs, is your missed call rate and your speed to lead. Those 2 things are super important when it comes to the effectiveness of your marketing. Those are the 2 numbers that you need to know. These are important KPIs that'll make a huge difference. And honestly, if you get these 2 things right, you could not spend another dollar on marketing and see a 20 to 30% increase in revenue just by getting these 2 things right. So there's been a lot of consumer studies and stuff like that that have basically narrowed it down so we understand and we know that if a lead gets in touch with you via phone call or a form submission, you have an 80% higher chance of closing that job and having them become a paying customer if you can get back to them in 5 minutes or less. So speed to lead is the name or the metric or the KPI, key performance indicator, the things that we measure and track when it comes to marketing that are important. These are the numbers and the statistics that we gather, the data that we collect, make choices about our marketing to improve the result, right? Speed to lead and measuring how quickly you respond to new leads coming in, super important. And ideally, you want to have someone answer the call every single time. We understand that that's not entirely possible. So what's the solution for this? You can do answering services. You could have AI agents that do voicemail or take calls and speak to customers, qualify them, and book onto your calendar. Some guys like that. Some guys don't. Some people want a more personal connection with their customers. Totally understand. So if that's not the solution for you, here's what you need to have instead. You can use a call tracking number. You can set it up with a variety of different phone services. And with one simple automation, you can bring your speed to lead to 0 and also notify yourself, the business owner, or whoever's responsible for reaching out and scheduling estimates with new leads. You can notify them instantly if there was a missed call and also where that call came from, whether it was the website, Google business profile, Google ads, something like that. The key metric, the pass metric that we look at when we're doing an audit for a business, and a lot of you guys probably don't even have these statistics or these numbers, you probably don't know, which is something that maybe if you just put your intention on measuring this for the next week or so, any lead that comes in, can you keep track? And I know that's a lot to ask, but commit to doing this for like 1 or 2 days, 3 days, as long as you possibly can, a week ideally, but commit to measuring this statistic for your business. How long does it take for you to get back to a lead after they call you if they don't answer? So we want to keep track of 2 things. How many calls do we pick up and actually get on the phone with them as they're dialing? And also the ones that we miss, how long does it take for us to get back to that? So yeah, we want to keep our missed call rate under 5% if possible. And then also we want to make sure that if the lead is missed on the live call, we're getting back to them within 5 minutes or less. And if you can nail that literally without spending another dollar on advertising, you can increase your revenue yearly by 20 to 30% just with the leads that you have coming in organically by referrals from your website. You do not need to spend another dollar on marketing. And to be completely honest with you, you shouldn't until you have these systems dialed in. Because if not, you are spending money on leads that are not going to convert. And that is a complete waste. So make sure. And again, this can be handled with a simple automation if you're using the right software. And this is a service and a system that we can install into your business through Trade Ops Consulting. It's one of the things that we offer. Yash, you want to take it away and talk about sales and objection handling and stuff?
Before that, exactly on the point that Ben's mentioned. And this is an actual fact that according to call rate data, the average home service business misses 21% of all inbound calls. So let's just assume that if you're spending $5,000 on ads, you just missed almost $1,000 and you just lit that on fire because nobody picked up your phone. That's a big issue that needs to be solved right away. This was the step 1, which is the fumble check, which is operations audit. Now I'll get into the step 2, which is the friction check, which is website and conversion audit.
Yeah, real quick before you say that. Another thing too, guys, if you're not doing the bare minimum, okay, like Yash just mentioned, a lot of you guys are missing calls and you don't even know it. You open up your phone and you just scroll through the red notifications of missed calls in your phone. You don't even know which one's a leader, which one's not. You have to have a system or a CRM or some management tool to keep track of these so you can get back to them, keep track of who's been followed up with or not. Also, I have worked with business owners that do not have a voicemail box set up yet. Or if they do, it's the generic carrier service pre-installed default voicemail where it's like, your caller cannot be answered at this time. Leave a message after the tone. If you're a lead, if you're a customer, put yourself in the homeowner's shoes here and really think about how frustrating it is not knowing if you even called the right number. Is that person going to leave a message about, hey, my name is Kimmy and I need my AC unit repaired? They don't know if they even called the right business or the right person. They don't know if they even got in touch with the person that they're reaching out to try to have their problem solved in the first place. So if you guys don't have an answering script set up for your voicemail, at the very least, please go do that, dude. I've seen that multiple times with businesses that we've audited, and it blows my mind every single time because we'll call that before we hop on an audit or a call. We do research on the businesses that we work with and we'll check out their website. We'll check out some of their processes and see how things go. And we'll call the business. And if it goes straight to a voicemail that doesn't even have a basic message for the answering machine, it's like, dang, dude, all right, there's a lot of things that need to be improved here. So a lot of this stuff is bare minimum, dude, and it can be solved so easily. I think I've hit on it a couple times, but yeah, dude, the bare minimum that can be done to make this, and also like it's so low effort and it's the lowest hanging fruit. Like I said, we can see a 20 to 30% lift in revenue just by adding a couple scripts and automations. It's the easiest thing that you can do to have the highest amount of revenue come back to you as a result of doing that. So need to get these things dialed in 100%.
Ideally, if you're not able to pick up a call, it should go to another, it could be an AI answering service or something like that. But even if that's not something you can do right now, just make sure that you're having exactly what Ben mentioned. That's a step 1. And then we are talking about step 2, the friction check, which is basically your conversion audit on your website and then on your landing page as well. And the goal is pretty damn simple. Find out if your website is repelling customers or actually attracting customers. And I do this with a quick thumb test. Just pull up your website on your phone right away. Just open it on your phone right now and see if you can actually click on your phone number with your thumb without zooming in. And if you're able to see that book now button sticky. Book now, call now, that's usually the CTA that we have. And that must be present in the hero section itself. If you'll have to scroll down a bit to just give yourself a call or book now, that's a mistake that you're having on your website, and that needs to be solved right away. That's the step 1. Do you want to add anything, Ben, here?
Yeah, I think it's important to understand that currently the way things are with marketing in the digital landscape, your website might not be someone's first point of contact with you. They might have seen your Google business profile. They might have seen your social media posts. They might have seen a paid ad or some other thing that you have put out there. It could be a truck wrap with a phone number. It could be a yard sign. What we see pretty commonly is that a customer journey from being problem aware, knowing that they need their AC repaired, to making the decision of who they want to come perform that service, they might have multiple touch points with you of all the things I just mentioned, the yard signs, the truck, the website, Google business profile, social media, all these different things. And a lot of times what we see is the website won't be the first touch point, but it's one of the biggest conversion mechanisms, meaning it's not where people start, but it's where they finish. So a lot of people will see other things, other branding, other marketing materials that your company has, but they'll find their way to the website to actually call you or to submit a form for a request for a quote or an estimate or something like that. So it's really, really important that of all things, your website is conversion rate optimized, meaning that the structure, the content, the buttons, the things that are visible on your site, specifically like Yash was saying with the thumb test, where it's like if you pull up the home page of your website, which is where most traffic's going to land, and you cannot call your business or fill out a form to get in touch with your business in one click without scrolling, without zooming in, any of that, then there's a lot of improvements that could be made there. And you are probably losing traffic to that, believe it or not. People are impatient. We live in the instant gratification era. Social media, the internet has made everything super easy and accessible. So there's really no excuse and there's no reason why you should be losing leads or not having your website convert at the highest rate possible just due to some graphic design errors or a poor layout. So it doesn't matter how sexy your website is. Yes, branding is important and it does play a factor in things, but what's even more important is how easy is it for someone to get in touch with you? And some of the things that I like to look at is on the home page of your website, without scrolling, when it first loads up, can a customer answer the 3 most important questions, which is who are you? What do you do? Where do you do it? And how can I get in touch with this person ASAP? Because like I said, a lot of times the website's the final touch point. So there's a lot of people that might come to your website already having made the decision to work with you. They're just looking for the easiest way to get in touch. So you need to have those things present and as easily accessible as possible.
To that, and adding to what Ben just said, speed is another thing that you have to look at. If your website takes more than 3 seconds to load, if even the probability of someone bouncing off the website it just increases by 32%. So you just have to make sure that your website speed or your landing page speed is between 1 to 3 seconds ideally. So yeah, that's another thing. And yeah, other than that, just quickly summing it up, the above the fold rule is what you have to make sure that you're doing it correctly, because users spend 57 or 60%, something like that, of their viewing time above the fold. So the thing that the main stuff is what you're actually seeing on the screen right now. So if I'll have to scroll down and if I'll have to scroll down to just give you a call, that's an issue for the website. That's an issue for the conversion rate optimization that needs to be fixed right away. So yeah, that is what you need to diagnose. And once you do that, you're going to see some sort of increase or some sort of improvement in the amount of calls you're getting from your website or be it landing page, anything like that. Moving on to this step 3, which is the ghost check, which is also your visibility or traffic audit. The goal is simple. Find out if you're actually invisible. If you're invisible, obviously the chances of you getting phone calls, leads, it's not much, right? This is the whole goal of this step. And the action plan is pretty damn simple. Just open your incognito mode and just search for service near me. Let's say if you're an HVAC business owner, just search for HVAC company near me and see. Are you in the map pack? Are you in the local service ads, which is basically Google guarantee? Are you in PBC, which is Google's ads, right? Google's typical ad. Then you have got your website ranking. Is your website ranking over there? If none of that is actually happening for your business, then you're just invisible. People or customers cannot even find you. How exactly do you expect leads to come to you? That is the stuff. And just giving you a quick data again, most of calls or leads are going to come through your Google Map pack or local service ads. That's something you have to master. And then you have got your website and then PPC as well. Ben, do you want to add anything here?
Yeah, I think it's really easy to summarize and sort of tie a bow on all of this really, really easily, right? And the thing is, like, as business owners, we're also consumers too. So we understand. And I think that all it takes, and we can do this in the reverse order to just prove it all from the 4th step to the 1st step. We'll do it in reverse just to like reverse engineer this and make it make sense. Put yourself in the perspective of the homeowner, right? You're looking for a business that you would like to hire to solve a specific problem that you have. You search HVAC tech or HVAC company near me. Do you scroll down to the 2nd page? When have you ever gone to the 2nd page to find a business to work with? If it is, it's because you're looking for a specific one, in which case you've already made your decision to work with them and you're not necessarily the type of person we'd be talking about. But for the person that's looking to make a decision, or if you've ever been in this situation yourself, the 2nd page of Google is where small businesses go to die. If you are not visible on that 1st page, you're not even really an option in their mind. So that's step number 1, right? The visibility. The step 2 is you click on the website and it doesn't load for 10 seconds. And then you also have to scroll down to find a phone number or something like that. Let's say that, God forbid, you've done all of these things, right? You went to the 2nd page of Google to find a business. You waited 10 seconds for their website to load, and then you scrolled 3 times to find their phone number. You didn't click on it and it called right away. So you had to type the number into your actual keypad on your phone, and then you call the business and their answer machine says, the customer that you've reached cannot be completed at this time. Please leave a message at the tone. Do you leave a voicemail? And then if you do, let's say you get a call from an unknown number 6 days later, and it's, oh, hey, you know, this is Jimmy from HVAC Pros. Just saw that we finally got back to like your message. I think you called spell. Is this, I know I saw a random missed call on my phone. Like, is this a lead for our business? Like, are you a customer? Is there anything I can do to help? Bro, you've already decided that you're going to go somewhere else. The AC cannot be out for 6 to 10 days, right? You want to have that problem solved immediately. And that's the thing with a lot of home services too. It doesn't matter if you're HVAC, plumbing, landscaping, tree service. A lot of times homeowners don't proactively take care of these things. They're calling and reaching out to these businesses because they have a problem that needs to get solved. And it's probably creating a big enough disturbance in their day-to-day life where they decided now is the time where I need to get this thing fixed. It's a hindrance to my day-to-day life or my comfort at home. So I need to have this thing taken care of. They're looking for the quickest solution. They just want the thing fixed. They just want it done. And the first person to get in touch with them, the first person to show up and give them an estimate is more than likely going to be the person to land that job because they simply just don't want to wait. It doesn't matter if you're the bigger business, have the better brand, or if you even offer a better quality service. They just want the problem solved. So if you're visible, if you're the first person that they see, you get back to them right away. And you show up and you have a professional brand. You handle everything else that comes after that the right way, as most of you guys probably do anyways. It's just this part, the first step in getting that lead across the finish line. If you can nail these things, like, you will see growth in your business, guaranteed. And a lot of guys, the competition is so low. Most people are not doing this. So if you fix these things for your business, you're putting yourself leagues ahead of your competitors, and the growth is guaranteed to come as a result of that, for sure.
Exactly. Yeah. It's easy. Just make sure you're visible. Just make sure you have got your CT placed at the right place, and just pick up the phone when a lead calls you.
These are super easy, super quick fixes. A lot of it can be done in a weekend, and the impact that it has on your business is like insane compared to the amount of work or effort that it takes to do it. So it's really the bare minimum stuff. And the companies that we see winning, the companies that we've worked with that have gone from $1 million to $3 million or added insane amounts of revenue in just a single year, like, these are the basic little things that you have to do right if you want to have that kind of trajectory as a business. So make sure you guys are doing this, implement this stuff right away. Or if you need help and you want us to come into your business, fix all of these things for you, click the link in the description down below this video. You can book a free modernization audit with us. We can go through all of this stuff, pick some holes in your process and with your business, see what we can do to help increase your conversion rate, the effectiveness, and the return on ad spend for your marketing, along with some other back-end stuff. We're more than just an agency. That's why we call ourselves Trade Ops Consulting, because we can help you guys with a lot of the systems and the back-end processes that we've been talking about in this video as well. So if that sounds like you, if you think you'd be a good fit, go click the first link in the description, book a quick 30-minute call with us. We can fix this stuff for you guys.
Perfect. See you on the other one. Bye-bye.